for today's video will just be a very short introduction of who I am and me explaining why I am doing and making this video. So, let me introduce myself first. I am Lorraine Anoblesa Nacario, 30 years of age and currently residing at Poblacion San Miguel, Zamboanga del Sur. And why I am doing this video? Well, I'm going to discuss the summary about the historical developments of statistics and its uses. So, let's get started. Talking about the historical developments of statistics, its simple forms has been used since the beginning of civilization, when pictorial representations or other symbols were used to record number of people, animals, or inanimate objects. Before 3000 BC, the Babylonians used small clay tablets for tabulations of agricultural yields and of commodities bartered or sold. The biblical books of Numbers and 1 Chronicles are primarily statistical works, the former containing two separate censuses of the Israelites and the latter describing the material wealth of various Jewish tribes. The ancient Greeks held censuses to be used as basis for taxation as early as 594 BC. Later, it developed into an inferential science sometime in the 16th century. As an inferential science, it largely depended on the theory of probability. Then, it continued to develop as a result of the diligent research made by people in various fields during the past 400 years. The early application of statistical thinking revolved around the needs of state to base on demographic and economic data, hence its stat etymology. The scope of the discipline of statistics broadened in the 19th century to include the collection and analysis of data in general. Because of its empirical roots and its focus on application, statistics is usually considered to be a distinct mathematical science rather than a branch of mathematics. There are some mathematicians like Pascal, Leibniz, Fermat, and James Bernoulli. De Moor, in 1733, he discovered the equation for the normal distribution, which many of the theories of inferential statistics have been based. Another statistician was Adolphe Quetelet in 1796 to 1874. He is a Belgian by origin. He made applications of statistics in the field of psychology and education. Sir Francis Galton in 1822 to 1911 for being the greatest contributor of statistics to the social sciences. And along with Galton was Karl Pearson in 1857 to 1936, who worked with him to develop the theory of regression and correlation. William Gosset, he developed methods for decision-making derived from the smaller sets of data. And that idea was continued by Sir Ronald Fisher in 1890 to 1962, who developed statistics for experimental designs. Today, statistics is widely employed in government, business, and the natural and social sciences. Nor, statistics is a reliable means of describing accurately the values of economic, social, political, psychological, biological, and physical data, and serve as a tool to correlate and analyze such data. The work of a statistician is no longer confined to gathering and tabulating data, but is chiefly a process of interpreting the information. So there are 5 uses of statistics. First, it aids in decision making. So in statistics, It can also aid the decision-making process by enabling us to establish numerical benchmarks and monitor and evaluate the progress of our policy or program. So here it provides comparison, predicts future outcome, estimates unknown qualities. So for example, statistical analysis could identify issues concerning the aging of the population or the implication of using inflation. So number two, it summarizes data for public use. So the first step in solving problem in public health and making evidence-based decision is to collect accurate data and to describe, summarize, and present it in such a way that it can be used to address problems. Number three, it can give a precise description of data. So this enables us to make accurate statements or judgment about average, variability, and relationship. Number four, it can predict the behavior of an individual. So, to know someone's personality is therefore to be able to predict how that person will behave in many situations. But it remains much harder to say how a given person will react on a particular occasions. When making predictions, statisticians determine if the difference in the data points are due to chance or if there is a systematic relationship. So the more the systematic relationship that is observed, the better the predictions a statistician can make. Like this example, in school, the grades of students can be predicted through scholastic aptitude tests. Number 5, it can be used to test hypotheses. So statistical analysts test a hypothesis by measuring and examining a random sample of the population being analyzed. So for example, suppose the null hypothesis states that the mean is equal to 10. The alternative hypothesis would be that the mean is less than 10 or greater than 10. And that's the end of my discussion. I hope you've learned something. Bye!